Welcome back to Live. Be yourself and live your purpose. I'm Rocka Cruz, and you're listening to part two of our series on the four trauma responses that hold us back from growing, connecting, and living fully. In episode 12, we explored the fawn response, the one that looks like people pleasing. It's when fear makes you say yes to the things you don't want, shrink your needs, and overextend yourself just to stay safe or liked. We met Simon, who couldn't say no, even when saying yes hurt him. Fond response says, if I make you happy, maybe I'll be safe. But what if you don't say yes or no? What if you say nothing? That's the freeze response. Freeze doesn't try to please. The freeze response just disappear. It says, if I stay still and quiet, maybe the danger will pass. And on the outside, it might look like you're just lazy or avoidant. But on the inside, you're overwhelmed, disconnected, and unsure how to move. Today, we're talking about that response, freeze. Why it happens, how it blocks us from our purpose, and what it really means when you can't decide, you can't speak up, or you can't follow through. We'll do it through the story of Debbie, someone who's not broken, not flaky, but frozen. Debbie is thoughtful, creative, insightful. She has so much to offer. But when something feels emotionally risky, when she feels unprepared, unsure, or like she might fail, Debbie goes silent. Her mind races. Her chest tightens. Her blood pressure goes up. And suddenly, even simple things feel impossible. She's like staring at the message, but she can't reply. She shows up late or not at all. She cancels plans without explanation. She avoids decision and says, I just need a little more time, over and over again. But Debbie is not being rude or careless. She's overwhelmed. She's pressured. Debbie's not choosing inaction. Her nervous system is choosing it for her. Her body is choosing it for her. This didn't start recently. It started when Debbie was young. Maybe Debbie grew up in a home where there's abuse or where showing emotion got her punished. When speaking up led to criticism, where being too much meant being rejected. So her body learned to just be safe and stay quiet or stop doing anything. Freeze. Maybe I won't get hurt. And that response got wired in. And as an adult, Debbie carries it. Even when the threat is gone, her nervous system reacts like it's still there, frozen. Freeze becomes her default. So freeze can be subtle. Maybe saying maybe instead of yes or no. You know, you might know someone just can't decide. Procrastinating decisions you care about. Or zoning out when things get intense. Feeling tired or staying in bed for days. Avoiding action because your brain is looping through what ifs. From the outside, people think you're unreliable or uninterested, lazy, but from the inside you're stuck. Again, freeze, frozen. Now let's try to unfreeze. You don't force your way out of freeze. You can melt it away. You melt your way out of it. It's again, I always say baby steps, small steps. How can you unfreeze? You can say to yourself, I think I'm freezing right now. You just notice your body. If this is the first time to say, that's why. That's why pala I get frozen when I'm scared. So now you can think, I'm freezing right now. That awareness alone can shift something or ground your body. If you feel like you're so stressed and you're frozen, you can't decide, you can't react, you're so scared, wiggle your fingers. Press your feet on the floor. Take 5 slow breaths. Inhale and exhale and get your head back into the present moment. And then try to take one small action. Don't do the whole task. Just start. One line, one step, one reply. Freeze breaks through movement, not pressure. Because if you pressure yourself, the more you'll get frozen up. One movement at a time. And then say something real. Instead of saying maybe or I'll try, I'll see, say I'm not ready to decide yet. Or can I get back to you tomorrow? Or say I want to, but it's hard because I'm scared. Any honest answer builds trust with others. And be gentle with yourself. Freeze or getting frozen, your body can't move, didn't come from weakness. It's coming from your nervous system that you didn't feel safe. You don't need to fix it all today. You need to take one safe step at a time. So let's open our journal. Let's write down. Give yourself like 5 minutes of quietness and just think. And breathe. Always try to inhale and exhale. And write these questions. Answer it as honestly as you can. What decision or action am I avoiding now? What feels unsafe about moving forward? What does safety feel like in my body? This is hard, unfreezing yourself. And I know it's not easy. I will need feedback from you, listeners, the people who gets frozen, and how this short podcast helped. If you saw yourself in Debbie, you're not alone. You're adapting, and now you get to choose patterns. Next episode, we'll explore flight, the trauma response that doesn't freeze but runs. Always busy, always productive, always escaping. But for today, if you're frozen, pause. Breathe and remind yourself you can move, you can speak, you can take space again, even if it starts with one word.